So, speaking of the shield, theoretically, I haven't been playing this out very much because I have a lot of things to handle. Um, but I assume you and Gargoth have been like talking for an amount of. How's that been going? What's your relationship with Gargoth like?
I was gonna
I
ask
think
that. I've totally I forgot that character existed for a sec.
I kind
Anyways,
of have
carry
a
on.
sentient feel, of course. Honestly, it's a lot of just Arliss kind of like poking fun in like a lighthearted way. Just because I have a feeling that like Garlagoth can just kind of like see who Arliss really is as a person. Just because of like
I mean,
both
telepathy.
background as like a haunted one, but yeah. Like it's he can kind of like see the true him, like who his character really is. And so like he kind of it's a lot of like self-deprecating like jokes about himself and whatnot, but like it's he's still trying to make it like kind of lighthearted, just like yes, yes, I'll get you out of it, I promise. I did fuck up a little bit by not asking the Solar there, but you're also a little inexpensible to me at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair.
Just
I think it's a begrudging thing where definitely at near the beginning, the like Gargoth is just like real mad, especially after he like got to he get so he comes down. He has this whole plan to get back to Avernus because he thinks he's gonna get out, and then he doesn't for some reason, and he can't, and it's just like, well, shit, what anger, and then eventually just like, all right, well, I guess if I have to talk to someone, this thing will suffice. So you've built up a non-zero amount of rapport, I suppose.
it's not like a great friendship, but it's just like
No.
they can hold a conversation, although it might be mostly just yelling at Arliss about the dumb shit he does.
Yeah, it seems fair. Yeah, so last session you came back to Elturel. Made a triumphant return to Elturel. And unlocked the companion, releasing the planetar that was inside, who told you that they had bigger things to deal with.
We totally didn't get his name, did we?
No, you did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Shit.
So then they left Avernus. And then you had a conversation with Zariel, which went medium, let's say. Words were said on both sides. Threats were made.
Lulu left and betrayed us.
Well, Lulu decided to hang out with an old friend whom she hadn't seen for a while.
Yeah.
And see how that goes. You know how it is. Sometimes you just have to get back with your ex.
I guess it's never really over.
It's never really over. You saw a white dragon flying toward Elturel, and then you decided to take rest in some ruins nearby and have a real actual rest at the end of last session.
Did we do a long rest?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh shit, okay, cool. Thank you.
The calming sounds of war happening outside.
Yes, it is loud, but muffled by distance and stone, distance and debris. Your rests are briefly interrupted by a heavy lurch of the city, as you feel some sort of large impact near the center of the city, immediately following heavy wing beats overhead. And then again, sometime later, as you hear a voice roaring across the city in Draconic. Who knows Draconic?
Probably.
I do. Gus does.
I also do.
Awesome.
Does Yarlo know Draconic?
I do not know.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
The voice is calling for aid, for specifically calling out kind of the tone and volume of the voice kind of varies, which makes it sound like they're just kind of like projecting out around to the whole city, basically. For what are they calling out for specifically? Cold.exe has encountered an error.
Apparently, Caroline.exe is also correct.
Does Gus's compass needle feel anything from
Not
this?
here, no.
Okay.
Heroes, just, or helpers, or anyone, really, I think is the exact wording there. Which is that she is calling out because she wants to save her children, specifically. And she is just looking for anyone who will answer. But to probably the vast majority of this the city, it's just going to sound like roaring across the entirety of the city.
Does not know Draconic. It just sounds like roaring.
What is that? That dragon is roaring up a storm.
I think Advocate just fucking like.
Hiss. I guess Gus will. We're getting woken up by this, or how is this going on?
And like near the, I think it's definitely loud enough to wake you up. If you are napping.
Welcome back, Caroline.
Welcome back. And it will have been, near the tail end of your rest.
Okay. Well, Gus will basically just someone's calling for help to the group.
Someone or something.
Barnaby takes up his hammer. Well, then I suppose we should see to it that we help that person.
Well, I don't know where they're coming from, but it's a dragon.
Probably the center.
Or at least Draconic.
Cole, you said the vibrations kind of came from the center of the city. That's what you said, correct?
Pretty close.
Well, if
it sounds like where the voices are coming from, the voice singular is coming from too, and it is quite loud, so it would not be hard to follow.
Well, I don't know about you, but I believe that it would be very prudent if we follow the voice.
Oh, you've got to be. You have been dying to get to the sword, and now we're just going to sidetrack ourselves for a dragon?
I mean, I'm okay with it.
I will say, it is a sidetrack, but
I mean, they're calling out for our help, and they're right here. I mean, how long could it really take?
We currently have no way of getting to the sword.
Yeah,
So
we do the dragon a favor, and then the dragon hitches us a ride
precisely.
to a location.
And honestly, why not do some good for once instead of doing some, I don't know, devil's bidding for a favor, perhaps?
Arliss starts laughing at the mention.
Do something good for. Barnaby packs up his stuff and starts walking out of the ruins and towards the dragon's voice.
Gus is gonna follow right behind.
Yeah, you really fucked up, Advocate, so I'm gonna follow the elephant. Bye-bye.
Arliss also follows.
Shit.
You didn't know. Arliss is gonna stop and look behind and say, "Are you coming or not?"
I am. I'm coming.
He leaves without even waiting.
I'm just imagining this, like, you're in this, like, little ruined temple, and Advocate is being very obstinate about, like, no, I'm not, and then, like, looks around, pauses, sees that he's alone in the middle of this empty temple with, like,
Or
draconic roaring coming from outside as everyone else is just leaving him behind.
Nah, you know how it feels.
Damn.
Oh, I actually forgot to update my bond count. Let me quickly do that.
2.
Thank you for reminding me. I
Bond-
did get
the
2.
bond count is at 2.
I did do 2, yes. One very positive and one very not positive.
Well, technically, No Time to Die will be the 25th Bond movie. But I can't transition from that. There's just no way. If someone
that was a hell of a transition right there.
it is a transition. It was a segue in that you are riding the Segway and faceplant directly into the concrete and slowly and laboriously get back up and start walking to where you were going in the first place.
Very well, carry on.
And suddenly there's a dragon.
So you head towards the
There you
center of
go.
town. And it is immediately apparent, very quickly, that the white dragon who you saw flying toward El Terrell previously, that you saw was quite seriously wounded, is in the central clearing. What's it called? The square? Market?
Square? Yeah.
More like market square of El Terrell, and is calling out this in all directions, just repeatedly, just like, please, can anyone help us? We really, as quickly as possible.
Trying to make.
Just fucking war horn.
Is that you trumpeting? Is that what you're trying to do? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, did you acquire a motorcycle? The dragon stops. The dragoness stops, and she kind of pauses and like looks down at the small collection of you and Advocate hopping up behind them.
Hello there.
She stops for a moment, just like, hello. Hello.
Is that common?
Yes.
Okay.
She's attempting to speak common.
Good morning, ma'am. It's very quite to meet you on this wonderful, I'm gonna say eternal flight.
I translate this in Draconic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Won't say anything, but I'll just translate whatever said in common to Draconic, because I can tell she's struggling.
Thank you.
I will say, before we proceed to pleasantries, may I ask where you are currently wounded, so I may attend to such such matters.
Sure. And she, her wings are fine. It's mostly her legs. She's a quadrupedal dragon. And her legs near the claws where they would rest on the ground are most torn up the lower down they go. And they get better the higher they are, but still they're deeply cut up to about the just above the elbow, the bend in the leg.
Right.
Knees.
Barnaby turns to the others. Dragons on Draconic is not my speciality, so if you will, please communicate while I attend to the wounds, so to say.
Not a problem. I'd be happy to help.
And I'm gonna use 30 points of lay on hands, just healing up their legs.
All right.
Since
Wow.
because
You have so much lay on hands.
It's con mod, isn't it? With lay on hands, or is it wisdom,
it's
or is it just level?
level.
Okay.
I'm burning a bit on this, but good. I'm burning a really good chunk of it, but it's a dragon. It needs a lot of HP.
Yeah, this very clear, this visibly, you'd noted that she'd been kind of like stepping very gingerly, when she'd been walking before, and this seems to like very very presently soothe, that kind of twitchiness. Thank you very much. Though, the problem isn't me. Back at our bit of a hideaway, the gnolls have been taking over as I'm gestures to landscape.
Hellscape.
And we've held them off as much as we can, but they're starting to get into the tower, and I fear in my absence they've probably broken across the moat at this point. If I don't know how capable you all are, I suppose.
Oh, we've smashed a few gnolls in our day. Oh wait, I can't understand this. Never mind. I can say that.
Can I say that like I personally yelled at Zariel and I wasn't immediately smited, so that should stand for something.
That is something.
I'm a dragon too.
At what distance?
Oh, relatively close. Face to face, at least.
That is certainly something.
So you can trust us. Assuredly.
Logic?
Sure. Well, yes. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I just really like no one can understand this except Gus, who's just losing his shit at this conversation.
True.
Perfect. Perfect.
I can't offer you much personally, but I'm certain if you help, I can help you gain a favor from the queen.
The queen?
Yes, the multichromatic one.
Oh my god.
I look immediately to Gus.
Yeah.
Are you translating this?
What is she saying? What?
I now am.
Okay, as soon as you say multichromatic dragon, Yarlo uncharacteristically goes, "That's metal as hell. Let's do it."
That was a very enthusiastic
multichromatic dragon
yes.
would be such a good band name.
Very enthusiastic yes from my compatriots.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, if we do this, we get a favor from Tiamat herself? Is that am I putting the pieces together?
If I have anything to do with it, I'll try.
Yes. Yes.
Gus, please don't ever do that ever again. You're terrifying me.
And what
I was
is
thinking not
your-
to have to worry about any more things.
And what is your name, might I ask?
Salamandastron.
Oh.
Of course. What a beautiful name. Actually,
Thank
like,
you.
I'm being entirely genuine right now.
You mind writing that down in text or voice or somewhere?
Yeah, I can do that.
Gus
Or-
said, just
or-
dragon, can you write that down?
I'll put it in text or voice.
Gus is getting a
90
giant
autograph?
Wow.
Now, we must get going. Would you prefer to ride or be carried? I only have 4 claws.
Oh,
Ride.
oh no. No,
Ride.
no. No.
You can carry the one back.
No. I would like to ride. I would like to ride.
He's
I don't know.
very much like the
I do
claw.
assure you, you will be much safer if I carry you.
Oh.
Yeah, Gus wants to be carried.
Gust wants to be held by the big, strong dragon.
Mama?
I will also be clawed. It's fine. I'm fine with that.
Oh no, someone else choose. I don't want to choose anymore. I hate this.
You losers are gonna get carried by the claw. I'm gonna ride a dragon for the only time in my life. This is great.
Oh no.
What is 800? What is 800 pounds to a dragon?
800 pounds.
Like a big brick ish.
Mm, would you?
Oh, cool.
Maybe
So there's-
would you ask her if she would prefer to have me on the back or in the claw? I'm not.
I think you'd throw off the balance if I were to carry you.
Yes, the back it is then.
She kind of like steps down and lays her tail out in a curl so that it can be properly climbed up.
Barbie just kind of starts walking up the tail.
Yep, she's fine with this.
Yarlow is
How
like a
big
goo-goo
is
ass
dragon?
behind.
It's an adult dragon, so huge, I believe.
15
Oh,
by
wow.
15.
In the size terms of D&D. So probably close to like 20 feet long, 10 to 15 feet wide.
Larg.
Mm-hmm.
She
Her
She
scales
pointed
are somewhat slick from the ash in the air. In particular, it's pretty smoky, so it's not exactly a like pristine surface. But the spines down her back, as a white dragon, are a bit spikier than other dragons, so they're a little easier to grasp and use as particular handholds. So Barnaby has climbed on. I believe Yarlow is climbing on as well. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. With goo-goo eyes, as he does.
Very excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Once you are both,
ride the dragon.
once you're both on, she starts beating her wings and hovering just above the ground, and looks to the remaining three and shouts, "Ready?"
Advocate covers his eyes. Advocate just covers his eyes. It's like, all right, I'm accepting my fate. This is fine.
Already in Draconic said back.
Oh yeah.
So, she like swoops down and scoops you all up in like a simultaneous trio grab, so that she's at the correct elevation for that. For her front claws, for Gus and Yarlow,
Nope.
she grabbed, or not Yarlow, Gus and Arliss. She grabs kind of like a amusement park ride, where it's like two claws over the shoulder, and then the other claws like either around the waist or between the legs to try and like secure properly.
Create a little
She doesn't
clockage.
quite get as good a grip on Advocat, so ends up just kind of like grabbing him sideways like a tube. So he's just kind of like hanging off. And,
This is what you fucking get.
pointedly face down. As
Advocate hates.
as she takes off into the air, flying toward.
You just hear the
tower.
fucking goofy ass Yahoo! Like, it's just- yeah, that shit. He just holds on for dear fucking life.
And she flies as fast as she can. As she rides the currents of Avernus toward the tower, moving much faster than even the land vehicles you'd ridden on before. You can see a few different things about the battlefield as it exists below. The fight between Zerial and Yunogu has undergone some sort of hiatus since you watched it before, in that they are not clashing directly anymore, but rather directing their own respective forces on different parts of the front currently.
How many feet away is Yongu
From whom or what?
from us?
About 250, 300 feet straight down, plus some other
Nah, that's beyond my
Directional
maximum
bits.
javelin range. That's beyond my
You
maximum
can try
javelin
if you want to.
Drop a penny. Go through his
It'll hit
skull.
something, probably.
Nah.
Are you
Nah.
taking
You have
actually, yeah,
3
Barnaby
juicy
will-
targets directly below you.
Barnaby will actually just like pick out a javelin, hang it over the end, and then.
So you're just dropping it. Are you
Like-
aiming for anything?
No, not particularly. Just thinking it will hit something.
Yeah.
It's a weighted javelin.
It is. Of the 3 of you being carried, what's your dexes? Dexterities?
Oh god. Oh my
generally?
god.
18?
18?
Yes.
Let me.
9. Oh, wait, carried.
Carried.
16.
Oh my god,
16?
my dex is a flat fucking 10.
10? That's fun.
Is a javelin about to hit Advocat in his leg?
You're about to kill me in midair in the claws of a dragon.
I'm just gonna say that'd be pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, you just get dropped onto the battlefield with a javelin in your midsection. Um,
Yeah, that would be scary.
You're
that
gonna
would
just be impressed.
be a rough idea. Why don't you go ahead and make a dex save for me with disadvantage?
What?
All of us, or just
No,
Advocate?
just Advocate.
Good.
With disadvantage?
Yeah. Well, you're being clawed. You can't move a
Sideways.
whole lot. Yeah,
Oh,
sideways.
cool. It went from a 6 to a 4.
I was only going to do something if you crit failed. So, you do see a heavy piece of sharp metal whiz past you, from above you, indiscernibly. Indiscernibly? Is that a word?
Words.
And not Gus, Barnaby, you see your javelin, like, it holds true, it's weighted, it falls pretty straight. And just like, it's hard to like tell over with the just vast number of combatants on the battlefield, but you think you watch it and see it just like pin a demon's foot to the ground, way far below you.
I just like to think the camera cuts to it, like.
Yeah, just like cut, ah! and then it just like cuts back to the dragon. For those of you flying on top of the dragon, I'm gonna have to ask you to make some dex saves to continue holding on.
Oh, that's.
Oh. Okay.
As Salamandastron is moving incredibly quickly. And
I love
also,
the most dexterous are just being held onto, and the least dexterous are on top of the back.
Is this the D20? Yes. Ooh! It's a 16.
all right.
Oh, it's a 10. It's average.
It doesn't matter what I get as a roll. Yarlo is screaming, both with fear and joy.
All right. So,
Adrenaline.
Jarl, are you sitting in front of or behind Barnaby?
I think he's kind of terrified, so he's probably behind Barnaby.
Great. So you have a great view as Barnaby starts to slip off the side of Salamandastron,
Oh, dear.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, dear.
which is immediately
Oh,
obvious to Salamandastron because suddenly her center of balance has shifted a
Oh,
full
God.
like 10 degrees to the right. So you all dip. And you go from being about 300 feet above the ground to about 250 feet above the ground. Yarlo, do you have any kind of like help a giant elephant from falling off of the back of a flying dragon skills?
Help an 800-pound elephant.
Yeah, that one. Uh-huh.
I have enhance ability.
That could help. Yarlo, do you have any kind of stop yourself from falling off of the back of dragon flying 300 feet in the air kind of abilities?
I do have Revivify.
Oh my god.
Sacrifice.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't see Featherfall, unfortunately. So I'm gonna cast, I think. Wait, what is Spare the Dying doing?
If you are in critical condition, it stabilizes.
Shit. Can I just push him straight
Death ward. You need death ward.
No, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability. I'm gonna just like.
So the
tap
question
him.
you were halfway through asking, the answer is yes.
Me?
Yeah. You only got halfway through the sentence. Can I just push him off? The answer is yes.
I mean, that was a joke.
I know.
But it's possible.
But I, as a responsible GM, need to answer the questions my players are asking.
I'm gonna, as Barnaby is slipping, like terrifiedly reach over and like slap him like on the arm. Not well, probably hard because don't know what I'm doing. Riding a dragon, trying not to fall myself, and slap him with some cat's grace. So now you have advantage on dexterity checks, and this is really important. If we fall from 20 feet or less, you won't take damage from that. So there's
a nice 20 feet, huh?
yeah. Figured that might be helpful. Come in handy at some point.
So Salamandastron is trying really hard to tip back to try and regain balance on the wing. So all of you being held feel another kind of lurch to the side. Barnaby, could you go ahead and make a dex check to try and pull yourself up? Either dex or strength.
Dex or shave? It's the dex or what?
Well, you get advantage with dex checks.
You do.
Wait, dex, save or check?
Oh, fuck.
Check. I said check.
Check.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically checks.
Honestly, strength.
Did I really just give you advantage and you're like, I'm gonna do strength?
I have better strength though. I mean,
oh god.
Mathematically.
All right, I'll do dex just for you because I have advantage.
Well, you get 2 rolls.
Yeah, a 13 and a 4, so a 13.
13? 13's probably good enough to get you back up on top of the things, which means that Salamandastron's balance has shifted again. As shifting
Like an awesome roller coaster.
to the left.
Worse.
Now you're back up, so
Arliss
shifts
and I.
a bit more to the left again. But manages to kind of like pull it back together to level out as you approach the tower. Now, last time you saw the tower, it was not quite yet beset by gnolls. Now, several things have changed. The first is that it has been almost completely surrounded by gnolls and other demonic creatures. And there is a very large... there's another fallen adult dragon on the ground outside of the tower. And there are a small cadre of gnolls eating it. In addition to a large green and black ooze that's dotted with eyes just kind of all over it, like slowly melting into its back.
Wait, eating what?
An adult dragon.
Oh fuck.
A blue adult dragon.
Oh, I hate that shit.
The corpse of an adult blue dragon, rather. The moat of zombies that you had seen previously, the moat of undead, zombies and skeletons, has proven fairly effective against the gnolls because it is doing what it's supposed to, which is pull enemy combatants into it, subdue them, and then transform them into further fodder to pull more combatants in. Unfortunately, just by sheer numbers, it's starting to get overfull. So there's spots in which the gnolls have been able to effectively build up almost a dam of...
bridge.
well, more like a bone bridge of destroyed enchanted skeletons to be able to cross slowly one at a time. Across the moat, you see that black-shelled turtle mage still fending off in most directions. And as you reach, and you see the young dragons that you had seen peering out from around the sides are all firing their breath weapons around and from the bits. They're all kind of clung to the outside of the tower at different points, and they're doing a rotation, breathing their breath weapons into the hordes of demons one at a time. So Salamandastron lets you out at the top of the tower. There's this larger platform. I described how it split into the 5 spires before.
Mm-hmm.
5 spires. Here, this is a decent visualization. So where in the middle of where it all splits, there's a big flat landing area, and that's where Salamandastron lands to leave you. And there's some entrances to get down, but she lands you there and says, "I'll do what I can from here, but please go help Krull. He'll be able to direct you further, I think."
Help. Who?
The turtle, Krull, on the bottom.
Oh yes. Oh yes, that one. That one.
How are we to get down there, though?
And it lands and just kind of drops the 3 of you who were in her claws. Gently, and only like a few feet above the ground, but still. Barnaby, if you jump, you get to land on your feet.
Yes.
Because of Cat's grace.
Barnaby lands gingerly as a cat, I suppose.
As an 800-pound cat, yes.
And we're on the top of a tower? Or?
You are. You're at the top of the tower currently.
Are there any ways down from the tower?
There's a big spiral staircase that goes around the circumference of each of the levels of the tower.
Well, thank you for the ride. We shall.
Good luck. And she jumps back out, and you note that there's another grouping of gnolls, probably 50 to 100 feet out in the distance behind the tower is the giant draconic skull you'd seen before. And there is another grouping of young dragons and a red dragonborn figure, in addition to a white Abishai.
Very recognizable white Abishai?
How well do you remember our, like, second session?
Yeah, I remember Victusa.
Yeah, it's Victusa.
Yeah.
That's
at a long distance. That are fighting off a separate group of demons encroaching on that monument as well. What do you do?
Well, I suppose we should find this turtle and see what specialized task or whatever vanguard duties we can fulfill. And Barnaby begins walking down the staircase.
Yep. Got a long walk down, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it takes Advocat to get his legs even under him.
Like, how far up are we?
Like 4 stories.
All right, so there wouldn't be enough time for me to say cast Find Steed while I'm walking down the stairs. A 10-minute.
Depends how slowly you walk downstairs, I guess.
10 minutes.
Do you want to take 10 minutes to get to cast Find Steed?
If nobody else has any problems with that, I would like to do that.
I'm pretty sure I can go down 4 flights of stairs in a minute.
Okay, never mind then.
So Maybe.
I mean,
I mean, you can take your time, but I'm
Advocate's
going.
taking his time.
Yeah.
Run,
Yeah,
run.
I'm-
Advocate's just like,
Advocate is just like trembling from head to tail.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like how? Like
Oh,
are they walking very slowly or something down the stairs?
Advocate just got carried through the air like a fucking rag doll. He's a little bit.
If you're not gonna go down the
say the
stairs,
least.
Barnaby's gonna carry you down the stairs.
Jeez, not again. Stop manhandling me.
Question for you, Cole.
I love those.
Can I see the dragons from here? The two that are fighting off stuff?
So there are a trio, I believe. There are 4 in the tower you are in. Well, on the tower you are in, clinging to the sides. If you peer over the edges, so if this is the tower, they are like clawed into the sides of it, around the sides, so that they're up off the ground, away from the gnolls, but can still use their breath weapons at them.
I would like to cast Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
It's not really going to do anything, probably, but it's my flavor. Because all that does... this
People
spell
are hopeful.
this spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range, all of the dragons, maybe. For the duration, which is a minute, each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. So I don't think the healing part is going to take effect unless I actually do that. But I like the idea of just like, keep it up,
Go,
dragons. Here's
dragons.
like magical help.
Red. Yeah.
Cheer up,
Like
dragons.
an actual companion instead of the shit that we had.
Yeah, I think you do a fairly good job of that. And they I don't know if they hear you directly, unless you're really making an effort to be heard.
I don't think I'm screaming. I think it's just like more prayerful than anything else.
But you definitely notice that they feel, they kind of like buff up a little bit. They look encouraged thoroughly.
Hell yeah.
Go, dragons.
Yeah, there are 4 of them. There is a black dragon, a blue dragon, a green dragon, and a red dragon. All young.
Word.
Aw, babies.
And all full of hope.
And all full, correct, and all full of hope.
Young dumb.
So, descending
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What did you say? Oh. You did the McElroy thing.
Yeah.
Full of hope. So, you descend the flights. So the uppermost floor is a library. The floor below that is a laboratory of some kind. You don't get a lot of chance to look at what in particular. The floor below that looks to be a mixture of hatchery and nursery. As there are quite a number of very large, brightly colored eggs, and also some dragon wormlings around, just kind of mewling about. They're very small, probably the size of like a large dog, and there is like an
They're the
elaborate...
size of me.
Yeah, about. And there's like an elaborate fencing, and there's like big plushies in there, I guess, but they're made out of chainmail. It's like crocheting, but if it was crocheted with metal.
Cute.
You gotta be robust, you know. And the bottom floor is the very more traditionally like a fortressy type deal. It's got like the big metal palisade, the big vertically door. I haven't looked at medieval stuff in a long time. I'm sorry. And there you find that the door is widely open, and the Turtle Krull is continuing to hurl spells at any gnolls that come forward. What would you like to do?
Mm.
Is there really anything like impeding our path to get to the Tortle friend?
No, you have pretty much free access to the inner donut of the rock that the fortress is standing on. I think I remember describing it as like you have this little rocky island and then this deep groove with all the undead in it, and then the surrounding landscape.
Hole.
Yeah, you're in the donut hole. Yes, correct.
Yeah, I think we should just make our way there. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff to look at, but I don't think I think we're kind of pressed for time.
Yeah.
You said that there's like an armory, or it's just like a fortress?
More fortressy. There aren't like weapons. Really.
That seems weird for dragon.
There's the gate and there's the access. You also note that the stairs, the spiral staircase that runs the perimeter is quite large. Like it's probably like 8 feet wide. At its widest. It is definitely made to fit creatures larger than you, typically.
Makes sense to me.
Is there, like, this is just like weird question, but is there only dragons here, or are there dragonborn here as well?
You haven't seen any
Okay.
here.
Cool.
Currently, all that has been here are dragons and young dragons and a turtle. And undead. And gnolls. And other.
The enemy.
And dragons and dragon accessories and the enemy.
Great. Gus is going to go right up to the turtle person. I guess not like he's gonna make his presence known.
Not gonna sneak
Approaching.
up on
Yes.
the turtle.
Just to with his with weapons drawn, not like looking threatening like he's going to attack him, but like, and he's just gonna say we're here to help, basically, in Draconian.
Yes, I see. Well, we found ourselves in a bit of a pickle. I believe you'd be able to see. Looks up and around. Did you come in with Salamandastron?
Yes.
Interesting. It's a matter for another time. I believe if you could just assist holding the line here for a bit longer. And you see that on the other side of the moat, the gnolls have begun constructing this like big. I had a better idea halfway through that. They've finished hacking the leg off of the corpse of the blue dragon.
Oh my god.
And kind of like rip it off of the rest of the main body with a pretty gross crunch. And you see that they're trying to lay it across the moat to use it as a bridge to get to the inner circle of the donut.
Well, I can stop that pretty quick. I think
What would you like to do?
Yeah, Avernus gonna go ahead and pull out his Book of Shadows and just throw up a wall of fire right where they're trying to put that shit up.
On your side or on their side?
On their side.
Okay.
Can't you make it like rounded too? I feel like I remember reading
Can I shape it?
because I'm pretty sure you can do it in a circle, right?
Yes, but I don't think it has. I don't think I can make it in a circle big enough to.
Can you make it into part of a circle?
Make a semicircle?
Can you use the Bezier curve tool on this?
I'm not sure. I don't think I actually can do that because I don't have the thing that
It's like a
lets you
sorcerer
shape.
feat or something.
Yeah, there's something that lets you shape your spells, and I can't. I
Okay,
think it's just
that's
strip
fine.
a wall.
So you're putting up a firewall where they're trying to lay down the leg, basically.
Yes.
Yes, awesome.
Can I actually try and assist with that in a weird kind of way?
Describe your weird kind of way.
So I have a spell called Warding Wind.
Okay.
A strong wind, 20 miles per hour, blows around you in a 10-foot radius. Oh fuck! Never mind.
Fire tornado.
I was kind of hoping it was like a wind wall type of spell, or like a cast wind outward, but it's centered on me. So never mind. Disregard.
I can
It's
assist
a
'cause
you
I also
become
have
wind.
fire.
Mhm.
I also have the spell.
Ooh.
Technically,
You know what's better than one fire? Two fires.
no, I'm not actually gonna do it.
Okay.
Although, wait, fuck, would my arrows get burnt up if I tried shooting them through the fire?
Oh, here's the thing about the fire. It only works one way. So one side burns and one side doesn't. And I get to choose which side is which. So I don't know if that if it can pass through. I just need to read the spell out.
That
You
might
create
be
a
a good
wall
idea.
of fire on a solid surface within range, so that'll be like the ground. You can make the wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. That's not going to work. The wall is opaque and lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 5d8 fire damage or half as much damage on a successful save. One side of the wall selected by you when you cast the spell deals the 5d8 to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time, and its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So I think when it passes through, it might. I'm not entirely sure. That's kind of up to.
Also, what is your
Interesting wording.
arrows? Yeah,
What?
what are your arrows made of too? I thought, don't you have like?
Magic arrows.
Silvered quick.
Yeah.
Technically,
Hmm.
so
Okay.
technically with my level, it's all arrows I use become magical. But I don't know if that still cancels out going through magic itself. Just because they're still just basic wooden arrows.
I think it definitely would. Because your arrows are strong. I think your arrows can survive being passed through flame, even though regardless of how, well, unless it's literal lava.
Mhm.
I think your issue then would be aiming more than actual.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is
the
opaque.
the construction of the arrow is not the problem in that scenario. I don't think.
It is a big opaque wall of fire that is a foot thick. Seeing
Yeah.
through that is kind of its own issue.
Yeah,
Also, with heat, it always makes it all the air around it all squiggly.
I'd honestly mostly just be blind firing just to kind of see if I can limit numbers.
I mean, with this volume of enemies.
What?
I said with this volume of enemies, that might just be.
Might hit someone.
Yeah.
So you throw the wall up, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm throwing it up on the side that
On-
they're trying to.
Right. So the leg falls through the fire.
Okay.
And does manage to create this bridge across the two with this big meaty thunk. You notice that Crow looks very tired.
Oh no.
So, how much damage does that do when they enter? You hear this big rallying cry there's this scared oh when they see the wall, and then they're oh, and you hear some stomping. How much damage does it deal when they run through?
Quite a bit.
5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of the one side, or a creature that takes this. A creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there.
Right.
So it's just always 5d8.
Oh, conveniently, a Gnoll's hit points is 5d8. So, I would like you to roll 5d8.
Will do.
8 times.
8. Okay.
And we'll see how many Gnolls get through.
Just
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Want me to just go through the numbers?
Absolutely.
First one was 13.
All right. That Gnoll will make it through.
Okay. Second was.
Just a sec. I need to do quick maths.
Okay.
9. Okay.
Next one is 20.
Make it through just barely.
Next one is 26.
We'll get incinerated.
Next one is 21.
We'll make it through.
Next one is 26.
We'll get incinerated.
Next one is 30.
We'll get incinerated.
Next one is 19.
We'll make it through.
Next one is 23.
Gets incinerated. All right. So you see, out of the 8
golly.
gnolls that that make a charge for this leg, they all immediately catch fire. And you see these flaming bodies sprinting across this meat bridge, and half of which end up falling into the moat below, still on fire, while the other 4 look severely damaged but are still make it across the moat with weapons drawn. Who's closest to the end of the meat
Me.
bridge? You are?
Me.
Convenient.
I was kind of hoping I could prepare a thing, but yeah, I should have said so earlier.
Well, the gnolls are here.
Is it initiative time?
No, I think I'm going to handle this out of initiative.
Okay.
Make it kind of free-flowing. See how that goes for this. Because it's not like a traditional... Yeah, we should roll initiative. You're right. We should roll initiative. That's a good idea.
My initiative plus
I rolled
20, not natural.
10.
20. Not natural.
I just did that.
What'd you just do?
That's my initiative.
Oh, wow.
That's a huge... How do you have so much initiative?
Did you get an
That's a
eight?
lot of initiative.
I got a natural 20 and I have a +8 to initiative.
Why do I have...
I will share my screen. I will fucking prove
I have
it.
no plus initiative. Is that just a... Like, what is that?
Dex, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Wait, then how do you have a +8? Do you have a bonus to your
I have
initiative?
a alert as
Oh,
of
yeah.
so it gives me a +5 plus my already +3.
I see.
We're gonna drop that bad boy. Look at that sexy shit. It's gonna send. It's sending, I swear.
Rad.
Sexy.
Oh, you get to use the nice new dice roller.
It's so nice. I'm gonna be honest.
The D&D Beyond dice roller?
The D&D Beyond dice roller. It's
I like
Why did you
it.
change your background
I
and
have it
color
too.
and all
I
that?
didn't realize that I also have it.
It's just press it. It saves so much time for adding
Gus, what
things
did
up.
you roll?
I was
A
rolling...
20.
Roll...
I rolled a 16, but I have a +4 to initiative.
Nice.
Oh, fuck that. I'm using fucking... I only had roll 20 open for its dice roller.
Alright. So let's resolve this gnoll attack first. So these 4 gnolls, these 4 flaming gnolls, are gonna give Barnaby some swings, as Barnaby is prepared at the end of the meat bridge for them. First gnoll to jump off of the leg. It's a 20. So that's going to be
Wow.
with the spear. So 2d8 plus 2. Ah!
Me?
6 plus 4 plus 2 is 12 piercing.
Alrighty.
The next is going to 14 plus 4 is a 18.
Yep.
Okay. That will be 6 piercing. Then 13 shouldn't.
Nope.
And 10 shouldn't.
Nope.
All right. So two of the gnolls managed to get their spears into you, but the other 2 don't do so well.
Ouch.
So then, let's establish the scene a little bit more. So we've got the large. I'm just gonna call it a pack of gnolls on the other side of the moat, which is quite a number of gnolls. Let's say 30. Then we have a number of demons beside that. We have an extremely large ooze of some kind. And we have some what look like somewhat more intelligent gnolls behind the gnoll pack, wheeling up some kind of equipment that looks like it was makeshift, crafted from the remains of a number of infernal engines. Yeah, that seems to cover it. Arliss, you get to go first. What's up?
So they're all like right on top of Barnaby, right?
The ones that have made it across the bridge, yes.
Okay, shit.
Can we see the
That
other side
does-
because of the fire, though?
So you can... It's partially obscured.
Okay.
The pack is larger than that, though. There's probably two... I'm going to say two main groups of the pack. One that is now mostly obscured by the firewall. The other that is... has been, like, hacking away at the skeletons and is trying to make a reasonable path down through the moat.
Okay, I'm gonna focus on that then, just because what I was going to do would attack Barnaby too, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and ready up one of my arrows. I'm gonna do a specific new one, my new arcane shot. I would like to use my bursting arrow on one of the ones that is trying to like carve its way through the moat.
Hell yeah.
It's because I'm assuming they're all rather close in the moat, correct?
Yeah, there's kind of a line of... It's like bushwhacking in the jungle, but skeletons.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just, like, kind of like the nearest one, I'm just going to ready it and aim and fire. I'm not going to be using sharpshooter. I just want to hit it.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, give me a second. I have to go so many pages. So, to hit, that will be a 21.
That'll definitely hit.
Perfect. So, that is going to deal the original 8 damage, 8
Right.
piercing. And so specifically for the arcane shot, any creature within 10 feet of it also explodes. So it also takes the explosion hit. So that is, let me find it again. I think it's like 2d6. Yes. So that will be, give me 1 second. Ooh, that was good. 8 force damage as well.
Awesome.
So 16 to the original, and then a bonus 8 to every creature within 10 feet of that one.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be keeping track of the group a little differently as opposed to individual creatures. They've got a pool of hit points that you're going to attack a bunch of. So you do how much to the initial creature?
16.
And then
8 to
8
the
to
one.
each individual. I'm going to say you apply that twice,
Okay.
maybe 3 times, so an additional 16 damage,
Sure.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's I can do math.
32.
32 damage.
32.
30.
So you fire. Is it so? How is this like an explosion? Is this like a burst of light?
Yeah.
What? How your flavor in this?
So I like to think that it is like a bit of a detonation.
Okay.
Almost like, kind of like fireworks, but more explosive. Not like TNT, not like a bomb, but it's just like, there's like a bit of light that comes from it, but like not
Yeah,
enough
absolutely.
to like illuminate anything.
So,
It's basically, yeah.
yeah, no, absolutely. You fire an arrow into this like squad that is like making their way through the bits, and the third null back just like gets struck and it's just like oh, and then it explodes into these like little showery sparks on either side, and it staggers the that knoll and the knolls on in front and behind them so much that they end up getting dragged back into the rest of the skeleton horde surrounding the moat. But in their place, the rest of the group of gnolls is still trunching through the moat.
Trudging.
Trudgy? Yeah, trudging.
Trudging. That's the word. Quick maths.
Also, the wall of fire, isn't it anything in 10 feet of it? If they end their turn there?
Within 10
Yeah.
feet of the one side, then it'll take more damage. If it
So-
enters or if it ends its turn. So, either or.
All right, is that your turn?
And I've
I
definitely
have one more attack.
All right,
The arcane charges only counts for one.
gotcha.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just take another attack.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna make this one sharpshooter, just
Sounds
to make it
Make
more
it sharp.
fun. So that's gonna be a 12.
That just barely. Oh, not just barely. It misses.
Yeah.
So the shield in front of the new pack, the knoll. Oh,
I can do something. So I can actually wait. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Part of
Oh, I know
yes,
what you're
I
doing.
can do this.
Gus, you're
I
on
can
deck.
do this. So once every time I make an attack roll with a magic arrow and it misses, I can use my bonus action to re-roll and hit a different target
right.
within 60 feet.
Go for it
So
if you would
okay,
like to.
I'm gonna try with sharpshooter because I still had it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna still make it so it's not like weird about it. Oh, that's so much better. 22 minus 5, so 17.
17 will still hit. So you see Arliss's arrow swing hard wide off of the initial target, and then see it just like whip around and nail one of the gnolls behind it.
So, all right, that is going to be 19 damage,
All right.
and that's my.
Big ouch.
Big ouch. Big youch.
This is like the one level that's like great for arcane archers, so I can finally use so many cool things.
So you have like pretty effectively. So you've that arrow that whips around ends up catching another 2 gnolls, just like connecting them by the neck with the arrow.
brutal.
And
Pretty
you've
metal.
managed to like pretty solidly get rid of like probably a solid half of the group that is coming up through that trench in particular. Gus, you're up. What would you like to do?
How many are by Barnaby currently?
There are 4, and they're all on fire.
Cool. Gus is going to run up behind Barnaby with his sword out and sneak attack stab one jumping out behind Barnaby.
Go for it.
Uh, 25 to hit.
You know, I think that's gonna hit. It's close.
D6. Uh, 23 piercing damage.
Would you like to kill an additional gnoll?
Yes.
How
I would
do you
like to-
how do you do so? 2 knives, or one knife, 2 gnolls, or 2 knives, 2 gnolls, or 3 knives and multiple gnolls? How many
Since it's
how many
a-
blades? How many gnolls?
I have one short sword,
Mhm.
so I would like to stab and skewer one into another.
Nice, just like straight into them, and you take them both down with ease. It's a little toasty, but you make it work.
Yeah.
A gnoll kebab, if you will.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's toasted like a kebab. Yeah.
A marshmallow, a roasted.
Right.
Smells like a really
It smells fucking awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's not a good scent. Nothing about anything around this smells good.
barbecue
Except
and sulfur
maybe the fresh dragon blood a little bit.
Yeah.
steak.
After doing that, I'm going to use my bonus action to use the disengage action to like pop back like 10 feet
Sounds good.
away.
So you hear this great ratcheting of gears because they're like chunk, 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 chunk. And you see in the back behind the packs of gnolls, a great lever has been raised
Oh my
on
god, a catapult.
the machines that have been then like chunk, 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 and then a pair of beefier looking gnolls like sit on the thing and get ready, and they're just like yeah, and then someone like pulls a lever real hard and they fly out. And you hear then another ratcheting and another ratcheting as a series of machines happen, and a number of
Flying gnolls.
spicier gnolls fly over the moat toward the tower.
Do any of them slam into the tower?
I'm going to roll.
Or do any of them fall into the moat?
I am going to roll.
Also, how high is the wall of fire?
It
How tall is
is.
it?
I said it and I already forgot.
I think it's 20 feet.
20
feet, I
high.
think? Yeah.
They could
What
probably.
is the dex on these friendos? Ooh, that's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Ooh, that one's even better.
Oh,
That's fun. Wait, which one? Wait.
I at least gotta catch a tail on fire or something.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember which of these gnolls I'm supposed to be looking at.
Singe some feeties.
who the thick one?
Gotcha. Okay. So, there are 5 gnolls in total being catapulted. 4 of them have like double short swords and not very much armor compared to the other gnolls. But they've got these like necklaces of stuff that's like flying in the wind as they are being hurled through the air. So they're gonna see how they land.
Wait, I can't. It's not my turn.
Not very well. Also not super well. Okay, but not bad. Pretty medium. And pretty medium. Okay, so we got 3 mediums. Oh, and for the other one. And the last one is much larger than the other ones. It's got this like gray fur that's matted in streaks of red. And they have a spiked flail that again looks great flowing in the air as it's hurled over the moat. With a pair of instead of having like a metal ball with spikes on it, it's skulls with like nails driven through them. All right. So the first 2 gnolls end up going through the firewall. Can you roll damage?
I can.
Do you want to use the same roll for both of them? Or separate rolls? You have to decide before you roll.
Let's do separate rolls. Let's
Okay.
find out. First roll was 17.
Okay.
Let's roll again. Second roll was 15.
Okay.
I used up all my good rolls.
So they are on fire, but they do make it through the wall and end up on the other side of the moat. The Gamote.
Well, not enough.
Let's see. And you said 15?
Yes, so it was 17
Alright.
and then 15.
The other 2 gnolls, one of them ends up landing in the moat. And... Ooh. Rad. Okay. Krull casts a gust of wind upward at it, using his reaction, blowing the knoll upward, and the young dragon above it catches it in its maw.
Yes.
And just kind of like crunch and like shakes it around and hurls it back. The last gnoll, the big gnoll, makes it through though. So you'll have to contend with that completely unharmed. It lands on the other side with a crunch. And roars at you threateningly.
Is it on the bridge? Is it within range of me? Like, where does it land relative to us?
In the middle of you. That's the most fun place for it to be. In the middle of just all of you.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that's fun. Okay. All right. Up next is Advocat, and Yarlo's on deck.
I'm just trying to maintain the wall still, unless a minute has passed, which I don't.
6 seconds has passed.
Okay, then yeah, I'm still.
As
I'm
far
holding
as
up the
round
wall.
time goes.
Yep, Advocat is just like he's got his book out and he's just spitting infernal spells, trying to hold the wall up.
All right. You can cast other spells as long as they don't have concentration.
Even though this is concentration?
Correct. You can. The thing with concentration is you can only have one.
Yeah, you can't have more than one
You have one
concentration.
concentration spell.
Oh.
And whenever you take damage or have a status effect done to you, you have to roll con to see if you maintain.
Concentration, yeah.
Concentration where the DC is 10 plus the amount of damage taken, right?
Y'all making a saving throw?
Not currently, but if you have to.
Just how concentration works.
Yeah,
per
the
spell.
concentration for damage taken.
Yes.
All right, because everybody within I forgot to mention this earlier. Because of my aura of protection, everybody within 10 feet of me has a +2 to all saving throws.
Ooh,
Just
Oh,
flat +2.
nice.
Okay.
I have a +9 to my deck saves then.
So the big one just landed?
Correct.
Cool. Let's give him. I'm gonna Advocate's like multitasking now. He throws a quick mind sliver at him.
All right.
You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw.
Int saves.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
All right.
Are gnolls smart?
Dice says no. Not this one, anyway. This one's actually not, like, dumb comparatively.
Gus is pretty dumb.
He has a high school diploma at the very least.
He's got an 11, okay? He passed the
an
ACT. No, it has an 11. It rolled a 6.
Oh, okay, then no.
Oh, he has a good multiplier then.
So it's gonna take 1d6 psychic damage, and then the first time it makes a saving throw, before the end of your next turn, it must roll a d4 and subtract that from its saving throw.
Okay. So it's got a curse.
Yep, basically.
If it makes a saving throw? Or if it makes a... Yeah, save, right? You
What
said?
level
Yeah, if it has
spell
to make-
is this? Damn.
It's a cantrip, I think? Mind Sliver?
Yes, it's a cantrip. It's an at-will.
Fucking broken.
So that was a 7?
It's okay.
If they
yeah,
pass, then it does nothing.
They rolled a 6. So you have to roll damage.
I rolled 7.
Oh, okay.
That's the shitty thing about cantrips that are
Yeah,
Alright.
that's why a lot
Saving
of
throws.
spells don't work, but I did some stuff to kind of make his spells work a little bit better sometimes.
It's only with cantrips that, like, if they succeed the
Alright.
saving throw, it's
Yarlo,
nothing.
you're up. Barnaby, you're on deck.
All right. I still have no idea what I want to do. There's so many things that I could do that are just not effective, I feel. Like, I could use Minor Illusion, but to what purpose? Because it's a 5-foot cube. I could use Thaumaturgy and try and...
I see you went the utility route.
Oh yeah, that's my entire character is fucking heals and utility. I don't really attack.
Enter Norgal. Yeah.
You could hold your action to heal when someone gets damaged.
I mean, I am damaged.
That's true. I
Barnaby's
also,
like, please.
I kind of have
No,
a question
it's okay. We're all
about-
damaged on the inside.
Oh, that's true.
But no, seriously, I'm on like 66 HP.
Oh,
I
woe
have a
is you.
Oh, that's more than my max.
I was about to say, must be
That
good news.
is my max.
I do have a question about heroism though, because
Just like in
this is
general.
one of the things I was expecting to or asking Barnaby about was, oh, you have advantage against being frightened. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, heroism would make you immune, and you would gain temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier at the start of each turn. So does that mean that you, like, every turn that you
Pretty
would
much.
get 3 plus 3 HP?
Plus 3 temp hit points, yeah.
Is that something that would be useful to you think?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be eating up these I'm gonna be eating up all the hits here. I'm gonna try my best to make sure I'm eating up all the hits.
Yummy, yummy
Okay.
damage.
So I want to do that, and then let me make sure I can do this other. Oh, I can cast Spiritual Weapon too. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna cast on Barnaby. Let me see if I want to add at higher levels. Blah blah blah. You can target an additional creature. Do I want to target an additional creature?
Maybe Gus.
Yeah, I'm
Got-
kind of also close.
All right, so I'm gonna cast a 2nd level heroism on Gus and on Barnaby. At the start of each of your turn, you get plus 3 temp HP. You're also immune from being frightened. The second thing I'm gonna do is cast a 4th level spiritual weapon,
There you go.
and then I'm hoping I can just kind of send that out right now to go and knock a couple nulls about. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah?
All right.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna do that.
Go.
That's a
Oh, wait, sorry. Spiritual weapon's not a cantrip, right?
no. It's a bonus action though.
Right. So if you cast 2 spells in a turn, one of them has to be a cantrip.
Even if
I
it's
didn't
a
you can
bonus.
even do that.
Even if it's a bonus action.
Well, this game can eat a dick.
You know, it really can with that rule. I fucking hate that rule.
Yeah, I think there's some bonus plus single action spell combos that would just like wreck combat balance if they did otherwise.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, so then I'm going to cast Words of Radiance, which is a cantrip. Creatures. I'm basically just going to choose because it says each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed a Constitution saving throw.
How far is the range?
Oh, it's fucking 5 feet.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
Rip.
I'm
You gotta-
not built for this, gang.
You gotta finish your turn up soon.
Yeah, then that's just gonna be it.
All right. Barnaby, you're up,
oh yeah, it is me.
and Arliss, you're on deck.
Alrighty then. So how around me, I guess I'm at the end of the bridge, is that correct?
Yes, you're near the end of the leg.
Alright.
Meat bridge.
The bony end of the leg. The oozing end. A bit.
The stump.
So I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is take a swing at one of the gnolls.
Go for it. You
First
have...
swing.
You went from 4 down to 2, and you're back up to 4.
Oh, really?
The 2 that landed on the other side from the catapult.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I stabbed 2.
One of them went through the fire, right?
Correct. Both of them went through the fire.
Hmm.
Neither of them
Very
are
nice.
doing particularly well.
Yeah.
All right. So first swing, gonna be a 10.
To hit,
Yeah.
it will not.
All right. Second swing, 17.
Will hit.
All right. Gonna do one little how you say divine smite on that.
Go for it.
So I'm just wheeling up
I mean-
and
Does Divine Smite cost anything?
yes, yeah. I'm using a first spell slot.
This Knoll is at 3 hit points.
Oh.
It took 19 fire damage,
You can
and is
basically
still on
blow
fire.
All right, 7 damage.
I'm gonna save you from using a first level spell slot to kill a Knoll with 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. One
Crunch
and
or grunch, rather. My favorite verb noise.
Yeah.
Grunch.
Grunch.
Nasty.
then I'm gonna go ahead and
It's a gross
bonus action, channel divinity
All right.
to let's see, to Champion's Challenge. Each creature of your choice within 30 feet, that includes all of the people in the moat that are within 30 feet of me, must make a wisdom saving throw, or it can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from me.
How many?
do we have-
Everyone in range?
Does that affect us?
Each creature of my choice.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Who do
I
you
was
choose?
like-
Every single knoll within 30 feet of me must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Does it
Inclu-
have line of sight on you? No, because you're shouting, I bet.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
doing a little.
I'm gonna
he's doing a
roll- I'm gonna
bugle.
roll some
He's
group
doing a
checks.
holy bugle of his little horn.
All right, so the pack in the tranche. They're gonna save. What was the save? What's the save on that?
13.
13. All right, so that group will save. The group around you, definitely not. The gnoll, the big
Big
gnoll,
gnoll.
the big gnoll,
Big.
big friend will also fail.
Good.
And the gnolls around you will also fail.
Yeah.
So the folks in the trench are too busy dealing with skeletons to hear you properly, but everyone else hears you and is just like, that guy.
Get him.
I am holy elephant. You will
Gonna
face
be holy
me.
in a minute.
Face me, demons.
Haha. Full of bullet
Full
holes.
of, well, knife
Except
holes.
no guns.
Knife holes.
Yep.
Arliss,
Yeah,
it's your
and
turn. Unless that's your turn. That's your turn, right?
Yes, that is my turn.
All right, Arliss, you're up. Gus, you're on deck.
Since I firsthand have experience with gnolls, can I like tell them apart?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the gnolls with swords that got flung over are gnoll hunters. They're the kind of like they're the sneakier of the bunch, which presumably made them think that they would be better at landing after being launched by the catapult. Most of the gnolls are just like gnoll pack members, just like your rank and file gnolls. The big gray gnoll is a flint, which is a very tough. It has it's a designated war leader.
Yeah.
And it has a lot more mental and strategic capabilities than most other gnolls, as it has been granted such by Inogu.
Yeah.
And it's got other stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my attention away from the trench and go after this guy, the
Alright.
biggin.
Mhm.
Just 2 basic shots. I'm gonna just make them all sharpshooter because I honestly think it's more fun that way.
Hell yeah.
So, first shot,
Higher risk, higher reward.
natural 20.
That will hit.
Second shot, not gonna hit.
So you crit on your first.
I crit on my first, so it's 2d8 then instead of...
You double all dice rolled.
Yeah, so let me grab 2.
All dice rolled. Oh. A crit sneak attack. Whew.
So
The assassin
Mine's
path
not
is auto crit. That's why
mine's not,
the
not
extra
that.
damage isn't dice based, right?
So 19 damage. I rolled pretty shit on it.
All right, it'll take it. You definitely have its attention.
Good damage.
And I'm personally not finished. I'm going to go ahead and use my Action Surge to take 2 additional attacks.
Make it happen.
I want this thing gone, and I'm going to take the full force. So please help me, because I will probably not survive if it hurts me. First shot, longbow again. Another natural 20.
Nice.
Wow.
Second one
Blessed by the
will be
dice.
a 15.
15 will miss.
15 will miss. Okay, so double again. Let's hope this one does better. It'll straight 20 piercing. No, 23 piercing.
Rad. It'll take it.
And that is my turn. I've
23.
done everything I can. Except
Yeah, that's a lot. You did a lot.
Am I close to this thing?
Oh yeah, how close is this thing to all of us?
I mean, it's kind of in the middle of all of you. We've established that Barnaby is... you notice Krull has been, like, kind of slowly backing toward the tower. So Barnaby's by the leg bridge. Let's give this some cardinal directions. North and west. Sure.
I'm willing to put myself in front of Krull so he doesn't get attacked just because he's a better friend. I'm willing to be the bigger man and just kind of like step a little closer to it. Even though
if you want to.
I'm trying to be the bigger man here.
So Barnaby is further to that bit to the right, to the north. Mm-hmm. The folks trying to like bushwhack through the skeleton jungle are farther to the west. So as far as the donut goes, there's kind of 2 bits, and the firewall's up here. Mm-hmm. Advocat is, and so Gus is by Barnaby, and Advocat's close enough to the wall to cast it. It sounds like you and Yarlo are the ones closer to Krull and those bones and this Flint.
I will get closer to Flint, so I kind of like put myself as like, I guess, a barrier to Krull and Yarlo. So it's like, I obviously got this thing's attention.
You definitely did.
I crit twice.
There sure are a couple of arrows sticking, just like protruding from it, that it's not super happy about.
Hey, friends, I'm going to need your help when it comes to it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
You can't move 30 feet away from me, so...
It's true, it can't.
True. But I do have a high AC, but I do not have a lot of HP. So we'll see. Thank you, and that's my turn.
All right, Gus, you're up next. Adcat, you're on deck.
All right.
So is there any person like within 5 feet of this big boy?
No, the rest of the gnolls that have breached the base of the tower are around Barnaby.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to use my short bow to shoot at the big boy.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Ha. 9 to hit.
Gonna be a no.
Rip. In that case, he's gonna not do anything. See you next turn. So yeah,
Red.
shoot
Okay.
enemies.
So let's find out whether the gnolls on the other side of this firewall are smart enough to learn from their predecessors.
You're gonna need to roll again.
Well, I am. The answer is no. So,
Uh-oh.
can you roll just twice for me?
Yep. I love the dice sound.
It's a good sound.
24
All right.
and hit the button again. 18.
18.
They
Okay.
like feeling toasty. Can you blame them?
It's warm in there. Cozy.
A single gnoll makes it through. And is kind of like teetering. There is a rush as more gnolls just pour through the firewall and fall to the sides into the trench. And then you sure did get this gnoll's attention. It's Flint. It speaks to you in Abyssal.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
And says, "We have arrows too," and pulls the arrow that you shot at it out of it, and pulls a longbow out and loads it back to fire at you.
You said fuck him, he said fuck you.
he did. He sure did an Uno reverse card right there.
You know,
Reverse.
Arliss
Alright.
kind of respects it.
So it's gonna take its first attack, 1 psychic damage. First attack with the longbow, 14, which I don't believe hits. So it swings wide and it goes, and throws the bow down. And then it's going to move into melee range with you.
I'd like to use a reaction.
Okay.
Cutting words. So I'm going to use a thing of Bardic Inspiration, and whatever the attack roll is, it's going to be minus my Bardic Inspiration roll, which is a 1d6. So whatever the attack is, -1. Cool. Thanks, man.
I would roll it when the attack occurs.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Oh, it says before.
Huh? Really?
That's odd.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Usually, you always roll before you know whether it hits or not. But okay, no, that's fine. So -1.
Okay.
It's okay.
So if that's how the spell works, I haven't read it.
Interesting.
I believe you. So it's gonna roll.
Yeah, after the roll, but before knowing the result. I just wanted to cut in because you did the first
Yeah,
one.
no, that's reasonable. I'll roll for it then. Hey Caroline,
Hi.
could you pick a number between 1 and 3?
2.
The Flail of Pain.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
So that is a 2.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
+9, -1.
Does not hit.
That won't hit, so it'll take its third attack.
It has fucking... Okay, it's fine.
So
it's fine.
pick between
Okay.
1 and 3.
3.
The Flail of Paralysis.
Oh, even better.
Pain paralysis.
19.
That'll hit.
All right.
1 over.
Okay.
So that is 1d10 +5.
It's not bad. Not bad.
Oh wait, no,
tried, I'm
that's
sorry.
pain. Paralysis. Okay. It's a 10.
Okay.
15 bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Constitution save.
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, I'm actually good at those. Do I have the +2 because of Barnaby, or am I not close enough?
You have to be within 10 feet of me.
JK, I'm not close enough. Still have a +5 though.
Okay.
No, I don't. I did crit twice. It had to happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine.
So
it's fine.
I'm gonna take that to mean as you failed.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
you are
failed.
paralyzed
Ah,
until the end of your next turn.
okay.
The end of its next turn.
Paralyzed in what way?
The
Like-
status effect, paralyzed. which I am grabbing my handy dandy convenient note cards for because this game has so many conditions that you need a reference deck for them.
So many.
Paralyzed. You are incapacitated and you can't move or speak. You automatically fail any strength or dex saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage. And any attack that hits the creatures is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of that creature.
Help!
Yeah.
So
I think that was the third hit, and not the first
one of the
I
flails
got you.
swings wide, and then they swing back down. And there's just this electric shock that shoots this jolt that shoots up your spine, and you suddenly just can't move. So
I
that's
got you.
cool.
I got you. I got you.
So Advocat, it's your turn. Yarlo, you're on deck.
Yeah, that sucks, buddy.
I'm not going there though.
That's
Man,
real
that
bad.
sucks. Shouldn't have been mean to me earlier, huh?
Well, and there's very little I could do even if I wanted to.
Yeah, sure. Hmm.
Let's see.
There's
That sounds like something that someone who could do something would say.
There's the thing I can do.
Damn
I
it.
think I see all this kind of happen out of the corner of my eye, and I'm just like, oh, fucking... Alright. I'm going to hold up the wall, but I'm also going to cast Toll the Dead at this big knoll.
Big
Ding,
knoll.
ding, ding.
You point at one creature you see within range, and the sound of dolorous bells fill the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Wiz save. It's pretty okay at these, if I remember correctly.
Uh-oh.
+5.
Please don't be.
Dang.
14?
15.
Nice. So it'll take 2d8, if I remember correctly, because it is missing health.
Yes.
Toll the Dead is 12. A D12, I
Well,
thought.
wait, okay,
Oh,
it
right,
instead
wait.
takes 1d12 necrotic damage. So,
Go for it.
there's my...
Still better than Vanilla Eldritch Blast.
Roll that.
Crossbows.
An 8.
It will take 8 damage.
Necrotic damage? Was it?
I believe
Cool.
so.
Necrotic damage.
Yes. Alright.
Key.
Yarlo, you're up next. Then Barnaby.
All right. I'm gonna run up to Arliss. Sorry, I'm crunching on stuff. I'm gonna cast
Yarlo
Lesser
takes a snack.
Restoration.
How?
Gonna cast what?
Lesser Restoration on Arliss.
Wait.
Does that cure paralysis?
It does cure paralysis. Yep.
Ooh, you're touching him, so it's a touch, right?
Yep.
Boop.
Thank you.
Um,
Touch.
and then you said I could cast a second spell as long as it's a cantrip? Question mark. All right. Now I'm gonna cast Words
You
of Radiance.
cast one action, one bonus action. One has to be a cantrip, one cannot be.
Okay. Yes. Then Words of Radiance. Can you make a Constitution saving?
The Flint? Or me, Cole, the GM.
Make a
You.
constitution.
You roll for it.
What's my con score? Like -5?
Bruh.
I haven't worked out in so long.
Well, I guess you're fucked.
I assume you mean the Flint
Yeah. Yep.
in specific. Okay. Con save?
Please.
Con. Will a 27 save?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Rat. So close.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's that.
Cool. So you've arrived just in time for the gnolls remaining in the moat trench to emerge on the other side.
Oh, good.
But luckily, Arliss is not paralyzed anymore. So they will neither have advantage nor critically hit.
Yeah.
So this pack of gnolls descends, as I believe Arliss explicitly stated they were the closest to the trench as everyone else. So there's not a whole lot left, but there are some stragglers from the gnoll band
Honey, it's
that
fine.
return. They're gonna make
Russell these
a few
jimmies.
attacks on you. Ah!
I think this is the first time he's actually gotten hit this much this entire campaign.
Yeah, Gus has been pretty good about avoiding
I need my boost tray, 'cause I keep
damage.
It's fine.
Okay,
I don't
so
see.
21 will hit.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? I'm sorry if that was in the audio recording.
Sounded like lightning.
No, fireworks.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I've been listening
Yep.
to fireworks.
it's
this
the
entire
second.
Right.
5 plus 2, so
be
7
like-
piercing damage.
7 piercing, got it.
Next gnoll. Stop escaping, dice. An 8 shouldn't.
That does not hit.
And then a 16 will also miss, I believe. All right.
Won't hit.
So you get poked by a gnoll.
Okay.
And then the shield of the shield of the hidden lord, will protect you. He has a name. It's Gargoth.
And
Not Golgoroth. That's the cool album cover. All right, Advocat. No, not Advocat. Barnaby. It's your turn.
All right.
With
So how many gnolls have emerged from the moat?
a small pack. Half a dozen.
That's
Not-
enough gnolls. That's
fewer than half a dozen. Like 4.
A good hearty four.
I'm using gangs, so there's a small number. They have a number of hit points. It's not a ton.
well. Gus, did you move away from me out of curiosity?
No, I just shot my bow last turn.
Okay, so I
I'm
still
still
have
like
to.
10
Well,
feet
I
away
still
from
have
you.
to protect you then. But what I can do is shout to all of you to flee, because so that the big guy can't follow you because he can't get away from me. So Barnaby will just shout to you, "Flee, you fools!" And I will cast a compelled duel on the flint. It must
Go for it.
DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
All right. 13.
I mean, I personally don't mind fist fighting a giant gnoll. It's okay. It's
This is
alright.
a save, right?
Yes.
And it has been Advocat's turn again, so it doesn't. Mind Sliver is no longer a thing, correct?
Correct.
I think
Let's
so.
see.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to pass 25.
Shit.
25.
Well, it has a +5 and it rolled a 20.
Okay. Alrighty.
Do a good job.
All right, I'm still fist fighting this thing. We're good.
No,
Got
get
it.
away. It will fucking kill you.
I got this.
It's okay, we got Revivify.
Revivify is on deck.
I am the tank here.
Don't
So
threaten me
it
with a good time.
it is still compelled to remain within a 30 feet for the next 10 minutes, right? I don't remember
let's
the
see.
duration for that. But it refuses your compelled duel, as it is still preoccupied with this self-important, insignificant speck.
It doesn't actually say how long it lasts.
I feel like it just indefinite. They just can never get more than 30 feet away from you.
Yeah.
That can't be true.
It doesn't list any time here.
Then I would assume a round. This is a class ability, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very odd.
Would you like me to look it up more?
This is part of which
Oath of the Crown.
Oath of the Crown, which is a Xanathar's
Yeah.
subclass.
I'm not entirely sure.
Skag. Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide.
Yeah.
that sure doesn't have a time limit on it. I'm going to say 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's my gut instinct for how long that kind of effect should last.
Alright.
That's many minutes. That's
Yes.
You've still got like 8 rounds.
Alright. So, in that case, that was a bonus action spell, so I take 2 more swipes.
Go crunch some gnolls.
Yeah. 8, miss. 17,
We'll hit.
and... how wounded is this mule looking?
Very.
That's gonna be... 5 points of... 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's gonna crunch a gnoll.
Yeah, crunch and all. Good.
Crunch a gnoll.
That'll be my-
There is one gnoll left, and it also looks very wounded.
Yeah.
You got long.
Alright. Arliss, you're up.
Sorry, I was panicked in another tab. We just gonna... okay, so this flint is like right in front of me, right? Like 5 feet?
Yep, it's up on you. Yep. Yeah, because the flail only has a reach of 5 feet, so it is currently on you.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but I can still attack, right?
Or
I can still range.
Or disengage, maybe. Disengage and run away, so it'll focus me.
Or you can just back up so you get good attack. Your good attack bonus. You can back up so then you can use your arrows and you won't have a disadvantage.
But what about an attack of opportunity?
Fuck it, my AC is 18. Let's do it.
All
Fuck
right,
it.
so it's going to take a swipe at you as you walk away.
That's okay.
Um,
If it's with the paralysis foil again, I'm just gonna fucking scream.
Just whacked it to the ground again.
we're going to use the one. We're going to use the only flail you didn't get previously, which is the flail of madness.
Oh god.
Oh, even better.
Jesus Christ.
19.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Caroline literally froze.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be
Can't wait to die.
15 bludgeoning damage.
That's fine. That's not
I'm
bad.
going to need you to make a whiz save.
Please make it.
Okay, I have a decent. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
19.
19 will make it.
Huh. Silver
Can
lining.
I casually ask as a player what it would have done?
You would have had to attack a friendly creature
Yeah.
within within attack range, which I really wanted because you're really good at attacking.
I'm
Yeah,
really good
literally.
at attacking. Boy, wow! I really dodged a bullet there, guys.
I really dodged the bullet. Is what it really is.
Well, you're still in range.
Correct. Yeah, I want to back up like
Well, not you, Arliss. You Yarlo.
Yeah.
like 15 feet. Would that be enough for me to use my bow again?
Yes, I think the minimum is you just have to be more than 5 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I'll back up like 15 feet or so.
That'll also keep you in out of the leash range for Barnaby.
That's okay.
How
No,
close-
that's a good thing. Meaning it won't be able to get in melee with you because it has to be close to Barnaby.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It's the
It has to be
rules.
30 feet. Yeah,
It
friend.
has to be within 30 feet of Barnaby at all times because
I mean,
Barnaby
the other-
challenged it so hard.
That it just physically feels
Cannot move.
So
wrong.
it keeps fighting other people, and then it keeps looking at Barnaby like, "I'll get to you," and then I believe you have
still
some
think
attacks.
it's really fucking fun if it's just me soloing this thing. But I
Zing.
I mean, if you want to get back into melee range, you can. You still have 15 feet of movement.
True.
Please
I
no.
mean,
I
you could
mean,
also fire. You could also alternatively.
I would get sneak attack.
You could
on my
fireball.
roll.
I mean,
Only Advocate and Yarlo would be within range.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna do it. No, I'm just kidding. That's it.
are you
okay.
sure? I mean, Advocate's resistant fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
God, stop.
And Yarlo's at full health. Like,
If I was in it, I would be okay because I have uncanny dodge. So if I pass, I take no damage from it.
I'm just
So
joking.
glad for you, Gus. So happy for you that you have that.
I At this point, Arliss is just like not intimidated by it, but it's just like genuinely entertained by this thing. He wants to get at least in range again because he's a fucking dumbass, but he's just so thoroughly entertained by fighting this thing. And it's just gonna take two additional shots. He wants to keep the attention.
Take them shots.
Advocate just uses on our list to call him a dumbass.
It's okay, go ahead. He's not gonna listen to anyone right now. Longbow shot.
Listening
that
for people
first
with
one's not gonna hit.
Listening
Although
is for
Kirby-
people with int scores.
Is there any nulls within 60
I have a
feet?
-1 to intelligence.
Yeah, there is still one on Barnaby.
Okay, within 60 feet? Alright, I'm gonna use my curving shot to yoop right back to that one then.
Go for it.
Which will a 17 hit?
It will.
Yep, so that's gonna go ahead and take.
Is it more than 1 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
19 specifically.
So your arrow, like, so it's facing Barnaby, and your arrow, like, zzz, and just, like, pings it through one skull and out the other, and just tears its head off.
Gruesome.
And then it just falls over into the trench.
That was the big one?
No,
No.
one of the little ones that was on fire.
Okay.
I crawled up from the
lost track
depths.
of what was happening for a second. I was like, holy
He'll
shit.
just kind of like wink in Barnaby's direction because he's just like, yeah, I just helped you out. And is gonna use his second shot and final shot to hit the big boy.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Go for it.
Mimi, big boy.
Him, big boy.
That's going to be a 20, dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay,
Ooh,
cool.
a dirty 20.
I don't know what else to call it. Oh shit, that's terrible. 15.
Well, it sure does take that amount of damage.
That was awful.
You sure have done like 50 damage to this boy.
I
I think you've done all the damage to it.
I'm just like,
Oh, it's more
hey,
than
that's
50.
not enough.
I did a little bit of damage.
Yeah. I need
rolled
someone to be close
5.
You
to
did.
the enemy in order for me to do any meaningful damage.
Well, it is Gus's
Well,
turn.
don't worry. He's gonna come up to me next time, so.
Yeah, but because of the
Did
way
you run back
initiative-
into Barnaby's radius?
I'm out of it again.
Okay.
It's Arliss is a piece of shit. And he's like, no, let's do this, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I hit my mic. Sorry.
So wait, so
So,
you're back in melee
Where
range?
is Barnaby?
Right in front of you.
Okay, so you haven't moved anywhere closer to.
Caroline, Arliss is back within melee range of the flint.
So, not melee range, but like right outside the radius.
10 feet, right? You're like 10 feet away
Like
from the
10
thing.
feet
Okay.
or so.
Yeah, what you said.
It's at the edge of its Barnaby radius, so it won't be able to reach you.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. All right, I guess.
You just
Why?
right on.
Why? All I want to do is take the hits. I am willing to die for you.
I have. Oh, thank you.
Don't
It-
don't take that out of context. He still hates.
I've typed quite a bit though, and I'm still doing relatively okay. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I need
Sorry,
another
I hope I'm not
temporary
being
hit
too
points.
overzealous about this.
Continue.
You're good.
It's Gus's turn. I believe who's on deck? Advocate's on deck.
Okay, let me think about. Is there anyone near him, or is he like just big and intimidating, and no one's next to him?
No, he's just big and intimidating, and so there's only 2 groups left. There is the Flint, and then there is the pack of gnolls that came out of the trench.
Yes. And how many of those trench gnolls are there left?
Not many, like
Okay.
2 or 3.
And they are
2.
very
I'll say
close, I'm sure.
2. Not to Arliss and Yarlo, yes. Not to you. You'd have to go past the Flint to get to them, if you wanted to get to them physically.
And about how far away, space-wise, do you?
40 feet away.
40
from you?
feet?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have 40 feet of walking range, and I can use my cunning action for disengage to get there.
Nice.
To not take an attack of opportunity from
Aw.
Big Boy. Be like, but I want it.
I've got this big
Gus-
flail.
Gus does not want to die. And so yeah, he's going to go over there and try to use his short sword on those fiery gnolls.
Go for it.
Nat 20, baby.
That will hit.
Nice.
And crit. Is there any way you do less than 8 damage here?
Yes.
Potentially, but unlikely.
Yes, very, very unlikely. Would I get sneak attack because of the
It would be in range. You'd get pack leader with
pack tactics?
Yeah.
So, no, there is no way. Unless I rolled all ones, it would still be an 8.
Do you want to find out if something incredibly statistically improbable happens?
Sure. That was a 1.
Oh.
That was a 6, so
All
it's
right, cool.
already over.
Okay. All right. You take care of the last 2 trench gnolls.
Sounds good.
Is there any
Stabby
specific way? Just more stab, multi-stab,
He
double
has
stab.
this time. He has the short sword in one hand and a knife in the other.
Knife.
So one is a knife stabby, and the other is just a short sword stabby.
Nice. Double stabby.
Yes.
All right. Well, the Flint isn't super happy. And you're moving away from it, but it seems, everything is fine. All right. It like moves toward Arliss, but feels itself like compelled to stay back for a moment and looks over at Barnaby, but first looks at Yarlo, who
I point to Barnaby.
who made its prey get away. So it's gonna first go at Yarlo.
No.
Thank you for saving me, by the way. I will do so in kind. Please do not die immediately.
Depends
Love
on
you.
how much damage he does.
28.
To hit?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, it's just a straight miss.
Just a straight miss.
All right. Well,
My
I'll roll
is
damage just for
45.
fun.
Please.
Here's the die. So this will be number 2. I've chosen numbered. I'm cycling through them now. I rolled a 1, so 6 bludgeoning damage.
6? Okay.
Yes, and then you feel this howl of madness surround you and in your ears, and you're going to take an additional 19.
God.
25.
Oh my god.
Holy.
33 psychic damage.
Psychic? Oh, good. Great.
So good Lord Jesus, that's a fire.
And then it's going to stalk over to Barnaby.
Barnaby's just like waiting for him with his hammer.
And it shouts in Abyssal, "I heard you wanted to duel."
I do not understand what you just said, but I will assume that it is very insulting.
That's an 11
Can I
to hit.
translate that?
I'm going to assume an 11 to hit does not hit. Cool.
Barnaby just parries it, I guess, with the hilt of his hammer, I guess.
And a 14.
Also miss.
All right.
Ha Craven! Where did you learn to fight? Ha ha ha.
Haha.
Taunting! I am good at it.
Advocate, it's your turn. Yarlo, you're on deck.
Are any more gnolls trying to get through the wall?
They look like they're hesitant to do so. As this new force that has arrived seems to be setting them on fire and turning them into skeletons at every turn.
Are any still near the wall?
No.
No.
No, they're
Okay.
kind of avoiding the wall.
Then I'll go ahead and drop the wall.
It sure does smell like scorched dragon flesh.
Yeah.
That leg has been on fire for.
But just like the one ankle, the other side is completely raw.
Is
Still
there a notable cluster of them still?
Yeah. Across the way. But again, they don't look like they're going to... They don't look inclined to attack. They're all of their eyes... You know how, like, when you get multiple animals in a room and you have the ball following them? So they all their eyes follow it at the same time? Does this make sense? Like, if you have a bunch of cats in a room and you, like, wave a toy and
like
they all
tennis?
move in sync?
Yeah.
They're all doing that, but they're watching the flint.
Okay. Then
And they're noticing that it's not doing as well as they thought it would.
Okay. I want to... and he's right up on Barnaby?
Yep.
Who is within a 10-foot radius of this thing?
Just
Sure.
Barnaby at this
Just
point.
Barnaby. I don't want to do that then.
The other three are all close to each other.
You
Close
could
to
ask
the lid.
Morgoth to fireball.
You would fireball.
What's your dex save?
I mean, it's a +1 not instead of a -1 now that I have the aura, but
I hate when people are...
My
within-
fireball dex save is 21 for fireball, just so you know. Just
Me?
as a heads up.
Oh, I have a +9 to mine currently.
So you might
the
save.
DC is
And-
21.
But it is the DC of 21.
Yeah, no, and I also if I fail, I still take half damage because of uncanny dodge. So
Yeah, Gus will be fine.
yeah,
Gus is good at getting out of tricky situations, but Gus is not the person who would be in the
Yes.
fireball radius in this scenario.
I'm just going to cast Mind Sliver at Flint again.
All right, Flint the
So
Flint.
that's an int save.
I
Yep. Int
like that. I would like his name.
2.
What did you roll?
A 2.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. So he's gonna take a good old
Jab at his brain.
That is an 8, and then the effect of subtracting a d4 when he rolls a save.
Gotcha. Good.
Can I? Can I also prepare an action?
No, because that was your action, right?
Okay.
You only get one action.
Womp womp. That's fine. I'll just move closer to everyone else because I feel like I'm not very close to anyone in particular, and I don't like being left alone.
Seems reasonable. You skulk back to the group.
Please, no one target
Yarlo,
me.
it's your turn. Barnaby, you're on deck.
Oh, Yarlo's angry as fuck.
Also hurting.
Yeah, he just took a shit ton of damage. So I'm going to cast a 4th level Guiding Bolt. I'm going to make a spell attack real quick. That's a 13 plus 6, 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's going to be 76 real quick at damage.
That's a lot of damage.
I'm going to roll 4. And
That's a
then
lot of damage.
6.
Gee, that's a lot of damage.
And
Wow. Giant enemy crab.
22. 24 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So on top of that, that's radiant damage.
It is.
And then on top of that, the next attack made against the target before the end of my next turn has advantage. So Barnaby would have advantage.
Rad.
The next one.
It just
Barnaby
gets
will have
hit in the
advantage on
back
what?
with this
Sorry?
massive bolt of light.
Oh, yeah.
on the next attack.
Yes.
Yep.
So you have advantage, Barnaby.
Because you're up next.
Go for it. It's your turn.
Alright.
Or Arliss, you're on deck.
Would that perhaps apply to a grapple attack as well?
If you want it to.
Yes, I will. Barnaby will drop his hammer and attempt to grapple
It's
the boy.
it's a wrestling match now.
So
Yeah.
that's a contested strength.
Yeah, strength athletics, I believe.
All right. I'll go ahead and give you advantage on this.
All right, awesome. That's going to be a 20.
All right. This is a 10.
So Barnaby just gets one good arm on him to just pull him in. I guess this is an up close and brawl. And with his second hand, he pulls out a javelin for one of his short javelins and starts attacking using that. And at first, I'm going to cast a thunderous smite. So his javelin just starts ringing with energy. And I'm going to make an attack. And that's my second attack on the boy. 22.
22 will hit.
Yes. And I'm also going to do a level 2 divine smite with that as well. So, for starters, let's do the piercing damage. That's going to be 7 piercing damage plus 7 thunder damage, so 14.
Not looking super hot.
And 3d8
3d8.
radiant. 7. Oh wait,
It's a really big stab.
9, so 14. That's a total of 23 damage. So he just takes this thing and
how do you do
shoves it in
this?
his bullet. What?
How do you do this?
So he comes. I like to think that he comes at him with the flail, and Barnaby just drops his hammer and instead just tackles him for a moment, and then while he's restrained, just pulls out a javelin, and then blessing it with the might of Torm, shoves it into his gullet, and then first what happens is you see from the pure force of the thunder, all the organs just kind of rupture, so the body just shudders.
Oof.
And then he's just filled with divine radiant light from divine smite, and he just kind of burns up from the inside and disintegrates.
Hey, yuck.
Send the message.
Yeah, I think the gnolls around see that you internally immolate the strongest one of them, and they're just like,
Oh.
I think I left the oven running. Sorry, I'm gonna... And then they all just run.
Did I get
Is your refrigerator running? Because you better catch it.
I have one thing I want to quickly do before, the thing actually, fully dies or, disintegrates or whatever it is. First of all, does anyone here understand Abyssal, or is it just me?
Just you, I think.
Not me.
Okay, so, and since no one knows it, I'm just gonna, he's gonna say something to this thing, and I'm just gonna type it out to Cole, because none of you can understand it, and I think it's cooler that way. So,
Yes.
he just says this, and I'm gonna...
While Fortnite dancing.
I sometimes wish I record the chat for the streams for these.
I mean, you can switch the window, can't you, to show it?
So...
I can, but I won't.
Yeah. So that is what... yeah. He says this in Abyssal, and I don't know if he makes a reaction or anything.
He is currently dying.
He do be
Right
dead-ish.
before or something.
He makes eye contact with you. It is a cold stare. And then he's consumed by light.
That's all I needed. Fucking fireworks, sorry.
Holy.
So you hear with a howl, the collective pack moves elsewhere. They decide that this is no longer a location worth taking. And they decide to redirect these forces elsewhere, which is a very tactical way of saying they're running away. And
a little bitch.
Krull is leaning heavily on his staff with the two skulls that are smoking green.
I'm raising my hand, and I realize you can't see that. I'm sorry.
I cannot actually.
I want to cast a prayer of healing on all of us, including Kroll, and I already rolled that. It's going to be 18 health regain.
That's pretty
for
good.
everybody and Kroll.
He's still looking like tired, but you've definitely taken the edge off.
I wish I could
exactly enough.
Someone else. I did not need them even in the slightest. I have temporary hit points.
Yes, same.
Quite a lot. Thank you so much. It helped actually quite a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for my life.
Hello.
I was at like 25 HP.
I was at 12.
I'm still at 59. And it's +6 temporary. Gracias.
The young dragons are cheering to each other because they're very proud of what they did. They defended the little ones, and they also defended Salamandastron, and she's gonna be so proud of them.
One of them also was a dog and ate or chewed on one of the fucking gnolls like a chewy toy.
Yes. Crunch. And you see in the distance the other monument appears to. They seem to have that group has heard the cries of these packs and is likewise retreating.
How is my compass needle doing?
It is hot, as is Yarlow's. Both pointing in the direction of the giant skull.
I thought so. Do we see what's her name?
Salamandastron.
Is she around?
So she's flying from the monument to the tower as she sees that it is now no longer surrounded.
Sweet.
Oh gosh, we have to climb the tower again, don't we?
If you'd like to.
If we want to meet her.
Walking upstairs is harder.
Salamandastron kind of circles for a moment and then lands outside near the on the donut hole on the rocky foundation of the tower, and just kind of looks around and is just like, "Thank you so much. Let's waste no time. You need something? Do you? I assume you need something now, right?"
Yes.
Then let's see the queen. I'm certain she will be grateful.
Flying again because
you could walk. I want to fly.
Wait, can we pause? I'm so sorry. Can we pause just a second? Because I like pull out the compass and I'm like hot potatoing it a bit. Like this is pointing towards that thing. Can I just investigate really quick?
We're going there.
Oh, well, fuck me running. Let me hop on, baby.
Yes.
Ride the dragon.
Part 2. Himself a bit more so he doesn't potentially fall off this time.
Sure. Or Slarkos, the young black dragon, offers to you to carry you himself.
Oh yes, that would be that would be wonderful. I would.
I can do it. I got it.
Is it a young go-getter dragon?
A young dragon, a young large-sized dragon. I actually don't know the size of the chromatics. Yeah, the youngs are large. So He's probably good as long as he's not carrying anyone else. He should be fine. In fact,
Yeah,
I think most of the young dragons offer to carry people if you would like. There is a young black dragon named Slarkus, a young blue dragon named Vistalancer, a young green dragon named Vermilius, and a red dragon wormling nicknamed Flash, who offers but is very small.
Baby.
I want play.
I want to play with the big elephant.
Flash's
But
baby.
they're all very excited to maybe see the queen, so they're going to be going with you anyway.
Can I ride Vistalancer because that's the fucking raddest name ever?
You can ride Vistalancer, who is a young blue dragon, who has a very suave. He's very cool, very pretend cool, like teenager cool.
Yes.
He's
Like, oh, yes, I'm good. I'm glad. Like theater kid dramatic cool. Like, ah, yes, you've chosen me.
why?
I want to be best friends.
We'll see, I suppose. You are pretty cool.
Please be my friend.
Completely my friend. So, either by carriage or by riding. You decided whether or not you wanted to walk yet, Advocate?
Advocate kind of like sidles up to the green one and is like, mind if I catch a ride?
I'm sure I can summon Benjamin again. Benjamin would love to see you.
I don't know if Benjamin is quite as fast as a dragon is the only problem.
I can carry you. It's fine.
Great.
Would you like to ride?
Yeah, I would like to have some dignity this time.
Okay, that's fine. And he bends his neck down.
Very carefully climbs aboard.
All right. Well, that way, and they take off, either in tow or in claw, and it's a short flight. It's probably like 5 minutes. It's a quick flight when you're a dragon, and you see a few figures, another pair of young dragons, who were helping fight off on this end, in addition to Victusa, the Dragonborn you're familiar with before, and or not the Dragonborn, the Avishai you'd encountered before, and a Dragonborn, a red Dragonborn, who carries a huge axe in one hand, and his other hand is weird. It's like very bony and withered and looks human. Not like humanoid, like human, but dead human.
Huh.
Hmm.
Like necrotic damage, the fuck, kind of.
Yeah, like big long clawy nails. It has kind of a rotting odor.
Oh, hey, that's me. I'm like that.
Did someone say garbage can?
Everyone after 2 weeks in quarantine. And by weeks I mean months, and by months I mean years. So it's he's interesting. But Salamandastron kind of guides you back, and you all end up inside of the jaw of the skull, as kind of a shelter with the roof of the mouth covering you. And Salamandastron begins kind of chanting in Draconic, and several of the young dragons join her, and it is a someone wants to roll Arcana. If
Yes.
someone who knows Draconic wants to roll Arcana,
I have a
or
+7. I got
someone
it.
who doesn't wants to roll Religion.
Oh, I would love to roll religion. Oh.
A 16?
16's pretty good.
22.
22 is pretty good.
23 religion.
23 religion's pretty good. So first religion is this is definitely formulated as a prayer. In that this is not so much spell casting. as it is very much a semi-religious mantra, as far as you can tell by the cadence.
You know, what you're describing to me sounds like a choir singing in a cathedral, because
Yes,
I'm
but
imagining
dragons.
this. Yeah, because I'm imagining this is a very large dragon skull enclosed, from the skull
It
itself.
resonates quite nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
And in like you have these like the higher tones from the young dragons, and then the like ultra contrabass voices of the adult dragons.
Yeah, that's cool
For
as fuck.
you two who rolled this way, you two who rolled Arcana, you first, then you. It is there's clearly magic laced in this, in that it is not only a prayer, but there is some kind of spell casting being done, or at least magic being weaved. And you can tell that it's not being weaved from the dragons themselves. It's being drawn out of a place beyond the skull. And as you continue to listen to this, you see a swirl start to this like swirl of ethereal energy in the center of the what would be the throat of this immense skull, and then you see a single golden coin drop out of it, and then it swirls faster and gets bigger, and more coins start spilling out of the front of it into this like almost waterfall onto the ground, until the entire cavity of the back of the mouth of this dragon is filled with this immense swirling mass that clears and clarifies into this immense chamber filled with golden coins as far as you can see, with these giant ornately carved pillars running up it.
That's wild.
Yarlo and Gus, your compasses are just spinning.
Twilight Zone. Brad, do I see anyone, or was it just?
You don't see any creatures.
What is all the other dragons? Are they continuing to chant, or have they like stopped?
They're slowing down, and some of them are looking in, like kind of peering into it, and Salamandastron is taking steps forward to go through it.
Gus is going to immediately walk up there with it then, with Salamandastron. Oh.
Salamandastron goes just inside of this new through the rift, and then turns and pauses and looks at the dragons assembled and points out a red dragon, and Vermilius, the young green dragon, and Vistalancer, the young blue dragon, and Flash, the young red dragon. So that and Slarkus, the young black dragon. So that there are 5 in total. And they all come with her through the rift. Are you all going with?
Yes.
Does it appear that we have been gestured to go in as well?
So.
We're going
Okay.
beckoned.
Then yes, 100%. Yeah. Around this is the bountiful piles of gold, right?
Correct. Just mounds. It just like as far, but it's the cavern itself is very dimly lit by these hanging lighting ornaments that are effectively just an orb attached to a ring with golden chains suspending it from the ceiling. And they're
Rad.
just dotting all along the cavern, and they glint beautifully off of the gold.
Dang. Gus, since he since being here in Avernus, has stolen a decent bit of gold, would like to give a what is it, like a gift,
A tithe.
yes, of sorts, of 200 gold.
To his dragon queen.
Awesome. Rad.
Gus's character arc is him turning into a dragon.
If you believe hard enough.
Turn me into a dragon mama.
Pay enough gold to the queen of dragons.
So,
I mean,
once you are all past the threshold, the rift swirls and closes behind you. So that you are left in this cavern itself. Every step is just a chorus of jingling and bright, the bright collisions of metal as you step down into the space, and you stand there for a moment and just kind of wait. And Salamandastron just kind of looks at the rest of you and just like she likes to make an entrance.
Diva approaches, okay?
And there is a bit of a rumble underneath your feet as the gold starts shifting and moving. And then the gold starts pouring down as a massive form starts lifting out of it. First one head, then another, then another, then another, then another. And a immense dragon with 6 wings. 5 wings? 6 wings? I think it's 6 wings. She's got 6 wings in this one, damn it. Rises out of the gold. But then the gold goes away. Because it looks like a dragon when it's covered in the coins. The form is correct, but there's so much missing. What you're left with when the creature in front of you finally emerges from the piles of gold itself is odd. It is most of a creature. It is a skeleton made of gold and some coverings made of treasures. So there is a frame, a structure beneath this creature that is construed of bits and pieces of swords and lances and crowns and armor and jewels and chains and gold. And each neck and head are born of a different gemstone. The red of rubies, the blues of sapphires, the green of emeralds, the blacks of onyx, and the white of pearls. Not entirely so, but of treasures encrusted with such gems. And while she is not yet complete, she is beautiful. There is not so much treasure, and these are not simple coins. These are crafts. These are incredible works. And in each eye remains the powerful glowing of dragon eyes, of the piercing stare that comes with that kind of power and of that kind of pride. And she rumbles with all 5 voices as she addresses the group of you. She says, "Thank you for coming to gaze upon my presence once again. You have brought new ones here, both young of our own and some folks. Would Tiamat say folks? Some mortals which I have wished to see for some time. Now, this one," and they reach a single claw forward and they point at you, Gus. "I believe this one has something of mine.
As she's saying that, I pull out the statue with the gems encrusted in it, from session 1 all the way, and I like kneel down and
If you will do me this favor, it is the emerald encrusted statue specifically. So she leans down just her one emerald head, and you notice a perfectly sized chunk missing from the side of her neck where it would go. It seems like that specific statue would fit quite perfectly. Click.
Yes.
And she just kind of rumbles happily as what is hers is returned to her. And she goes back to full stature. Head's kind of splayed out evenly. I would almost say like peacock plumage, almost like very evenly, very proudly. They've got that nice S curve in the front. Yeah. And you note that while incomplete, definitely there are chunks missing of her. She is almost complete. And she gestures to you, Yarlo, and says, "It has been some time, but I do believe you have found what I promised you."
Nani the fuck?
Yeah.
Nani?
Can you remind me the player?
So you made a deal. Your bargain,
Yes.
at the beginning of the campaign, was with Tiamat.
Right.
Although I don't remember whether you knew it was Tiamat or not.
I don't think I did, but I definitely assumed.
You made a deal with an entity because you were suspicious of the companion.
Right.
To understand what it was, and that individual sent you to Sanguine.
What do they want from me, though?
They already did their deal. They got a whole bunch of your soul, and also just all of this.
And so, what did Tiamat say to me?
I hope you found what I promised you, which was an understanding of the companion.
Oh, how would he respond?
Barnaby is kind of looking at you with...
Nani the fuck? Yeah.
No, not Nani the fuck. More annoyance and kind of anger.
That's fine.
That's not unusual.
I think Yarlo would bow slightly, not like deeply, but just like a very like shallow like head dip, maybe a little bit of upper back, and say, I did thank you. What else? How do I want to put this? Basically, he wants to ask for another favor.
Well, you have helped my kin. All of you. And what kind of queen would I be if not a gracious one of those who help my kin? I can do much for you, although I have a particular knack for finding treasures.
Guess what we need?
And as I am an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-beautiful god, I figure that you are searching for something in particular?
In fact, we are. What is...
Wonderful.
Character, out of character. What is the name of the sword that we are looking for?
It's just the sword of Zariel, isn't it? It doesn't have
It
like
is,
an official...
yeah, it does not have a Filkiati name. It is just called the Sword of Zariel.
Okay. We are looking for the Sword of Zariel.
Of this I know. I cannot give you it, unfortunately, but I can take you to it, if you would so desire.
I think that's exactly what we're looking for.
Wonderful. And know that while this form, this imperfect thing that I am, is not what I will ultimately be, I hope you have enjoyed this all the less. Nonetheless. Anyway,
She's missing some pieces. She's a little bit,
the blue head there's a bit in the middle. It's fine. I'm working on it. I have my people on it.
If you require any more assistance with that, I am willing and able to help you.
I am here.
I have some questions since we are here, and
By all means.
Oh God.
you're all preparing for it.
Kind of preening, like.
Have you any relation to Belle? Any grudge? Any?
Oh my God.
Stop playing the long game.
He is
We're
a
doing
fucking wretched thing.
I see.
So crass. Inelegant.
So he does displease you.
Sure.
He displeases me as well. We've
Curious.
begun this favor for you, and you are returning it in kind. I wish to offer my services as well, but I'm in a bit of a bind. I have a contract with Belle. I sorely want out of it.
How unfortunate that you would be bound to something so Belle.
Right.
Have it-
When really, it appears to me I've chosen quite wrong when I could have been bound to something as resplendent as yourself.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Persuade Tiamat by all means.
Oh, fuck, okay.
You're making good arguments. You're pressing buttons.
Yeah, spinning plates, like holy shit.
18.
Never met a deity you couldn't swindle.
I rolled an 18.
An 18? 18's pretty good. Oh, where's Tiamat's stat block?
Of course, Tiamat is a goddess.
Listed in this? I don't even know if Tiamat's stat block's listed in this. Probably not.
999.
He's actually one of the weaker
Deity.
Deity.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because like people really like killing Tiamat. They really like killing Tiamat. Granted, this Tiamat's already dead, so
We just need to revive her.
that is the goal.
And when she
Okay.
is
I would welcome your assistance. Though it sounds like you have some things to attend to first, perhaps?
I mean,
How
Sword.
about you two lovelies contact me once your business is finished? And then I would be willing to take you on.
Of course.
I
That's
have needs of retrieval. But there's so much noise going on around here. And if you could just settle that.
Is there any way you could besides this assist us with this outside, or is this all?
Oh, my powers extend beyond this realm, but for the time being, I cannot leave. It has vexed me for some time.
Well, and going to Avernus would certainly tarnish the
Oh,
the medals of the
oh, my
glorious
child, we
medals.
haven't left Avernus.
Oh, Yarlo sweats. he thought that they did.
Merely another portion. Asmodeus fashioned Avernus to be a paradise, a honey trap, to entice those who would seek to exploit its fortunes and glories. But it has become a waste because of the war. This is a little bit of untouched paradise that I have squirreled away for myself.
Great.
Gus to Tiamat, I have been very conflicted about Zariel and what she has been doing here. Do you have any thoughts yourself that could help guide me in where I should go?
They're an unfortunate case, really. More poor sap of Asmodeus's game than of Avernus's. They fell to the angel flaw, absolutes. They're compatriots, the absolute of absolutely no interaction. Of them, of absolute domination. I admire their spirit, really. It's quite impressive what they've done, but bit of a wretched thing now.
It all seems a bit futile.
Even if they won this, the hordes would still come. There is no winning the war. But they could win the battle.
I see. Thank you for your wisdom.
You're welcome, my child. So, shall we get you to the citadel? The hiding place of the sword?
Just one more second. All right, real quick. One more round. One more round.
Bonus round. I do love the games.
One moment. One moment. We need to roleplay this out. I'm going screen.
Two more rounds.
All right.
It's out of shot.
It was scissors.
Oh, I also did scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Right? It's just endlessly tying no matter what they do.
Roll for rock, paper, and or scissors.
Alright, hold on, let me pull up. D3 die.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
1 is rock, 2 is paper, 3 is scissors.
4 is shoot.
Tell Amanda I say hi. And
Amanda, Thorn says hi. Oh, all right.
I roll rock.
I roll paper.
Fuck. Alright.
Barnaby is triumphant. He seems proud of himself.
I still have one more.
Tiamat looks amused.
I hope so.
Maybe next time.
Tiamat tries to form rock, paper, and or scissors with her claws, and it just doesn't.
Rock.
Next time, I'll
bony
Can do rock. Rock good. Can do rock. Missing a couple fingers on one claw, so it's
nice.
What did Barnaby just win?
Pride, right?
Yes.
He picks up, like, Arliss will pick up
Vengeance.
like, one, like, leftover gold coin on the ground that was left over and just hand it to Barnaby. There.
I do not steal. Toss it aside.
Who said it was stealing?
Moral high ground.
To Tiamat, it would.
I will warn you. I know where every piece of my hoard is, regardless of plane.
Even better, you'll always know where we are.
Always have a piece of you in my heart.
Thank you.
Hope you don't mind.
Oh, it's a bit too literal for me. Huh?
Just blows a kiss. Mwah.
You're all quite amusing. Thank you for bringing them here at the sale, Mandestron. Flash is just like rolling around in gold coins.
Because he is baby.
He's baby. All gold, all the time.
Shall we be going then?
If you would like. Are you ready?
Fucking bitch. Yes,
Yes.
please.
to Tiamat, fucking bitch.
All right.
I hate this.
And with some effort, snaps with a metallic ring, and opens another smaller portal in front of you.
I see you can do scissor. Good job. You got it.
Some coins from the mounds you still stand on spill into the room and tumble down, ringing loudly onto an alabaster floor. As you see, it has opened a portal into a stone dais full of carved pillars, all made out of alabaster. On your way. I'll see you soon.
Walk into
Yeah.
the thing.
Gus gives a respectful bow as he leaves.
I also will, with a flourish as I turn and go.
Yeah, Advocat will also bow deeply and then follow suit.
All right. You enter the dais, and the portal behind you closes, leaving the last coin ringing on the ground as it seals. And around you is the circular bit of the thing. I have a picture.
Nice.
There's stained glass all around you, but through the open space of the windows, not through the glass itself, you see just deep red.
Yeah.
As the plane itself around this citadel knows that it shouldn't be here, and has come up like a scab around it, very literally. Of this clotted, thick, solid blood that surrounds it, through which much of the light is filtered. And on the dais in front of you stands a stone in which is embedded a glowing sword.
Is this like a? This is
I'm
like a
finding
sword.
it. I'm going to try and find an image of this if I can. I don't think I have
Yeah.
time, actually.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
Oh, nice.
Sword in the stone.
I'll try and find a better image to send
Basically.
you later. And on the stone is inscribed... This is the only part of book lore I care about, goddammit.
Yeah.
Where is it?
So
The
it's
inscription on the stone says, "The hero who becomes one with this blade exists no longer."
Whoa.
Strange.
And you see a ghostly figure apparate nearby.
Wow.
Turn undead. Turn undead.
In, spectral armor of the Hell Riders, and a thin halo over the top of their head. And that's where we're going to cut it for today.
Woo.
I have 48
Ghost
health.
Zariel.
Two things happen when you enter the Citadel. You feel incredibly renewed, and you feel incredibly empowered. This is a place of holy energy, and you are welcome within it.
What kind of holy energy?
I know. Yeah. You are explicitly included.
Okay, cool.
And the cat burns to a
so you will all gain the benefits of the long rest.
Okay.
And as the holy energy of this sacred place in this extremely desecrated planescape flows through you, you feel incredibly rejuvenated and incredibly empowered. I don't need you all to level up to level 12 before next session.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Is this a temporary thing? Can I ask in advance?
No.
Okay.
Not that you can't ask, but that it is not a temporary thing.
That's fucking sexy.
Okay, let's see. What do I get at level 9?
Also, a quick side thing for like out of character campaign thing. You in the corner, you Hannah, wanting to join up with Tiamat, and Gus wanting to join up with Tiamat afterward. That makes a lot of sense. I want that to happen. I don't think it can happen in this campaign.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get it. Yeah, I just wanted to plant that seed.
Absolutely. Yep. So we can deal with that either in other campaigns or other games, or we can do some post-campaign exposition if we would like to, or even just like a mini session if we want to just like what does the Tiamat squad get up to after this campaign?
Tiamat squad,
if we want to. But I just wanted to mention that because I think we will be able to wrap up this in this. I think it'll be a long session, but I think we can finish this campaign next session. But I don't think we could include all of that.
Yeah. Very understandable.
I also kind of like that as a different campaign hook of just like, let's go find all of Tiamat's missing bits.
Agreed. Actually,
which is
agreed.
fun, especially because like you're already high level. Do a fucking high level campaign. Anyway, get cracks in on that. So the that's going to be it for tonight as far as campaign stuff goes. I'm gonna stop recording.
Great.
All right.